You certainly both have a tremendous amount of experience and are in very important positions that will affect the continent of Africa and the whole world. Appreciate you being here. Africa is on pace to be the fastest growing continent this century. Estimates are that Africa's population to double, which is sort of remarkable, by 2050. Energy consumption in Africa could surpass the European Union around the same time. So my first question is going to surround the natural gas issue. The Biden administration has restricted foreign aid for natural gas projects, even though natural gas is quite plentiful and it is half the carbons of other fossil fuels, as we well know. The president of Uganda recently wrote the article in the Wall Street Journal, which you're very well familiar with, that such restrictions leave many Africans with unreliable and expensive electricity, and stalls progress in agriculture and manufacturing that would reduce poverty and increase productivity. So, Dr. Putman, how is the Biden administration working to provide the right level of funding and focus so as, even if we look at natural gas as a transitionary fuel, at least we make some serious steps forward, while we don't allow, for instance, others such as China to make those investments and yield the benefits and the appreciation of the African nations. So what's going on there? Do we have an agenda of green energy, or are we trying to help these countries prosper?
So our program, Power Africa, has always promoted mutual economic prosperity between the U.S. and African partners by providing technical field experience, innovation, investment, and enabling environment reform. We actually are involved in a wide variety of deals that are brought to us. And many of the deals that are being brought to us happen to be in the area of renewable energy.
I'm having difficulty hearing you. And please, if you just try to answer my question, are we going to be investing in things such as natural gas along with all of the above?
I think it probably depends on what the administration's priorities are and what the deals end up being.
Okay. We got serious issues here, right? And so we need to address them seriously and aggressively. So on to Prosper Africa, for instance. The Russia, China, creating pipelines, and are we engaged in similar? We must be. The two of you spent a lot of time on the ground in Africa and been studying this for years. You've probably got a great feel for it, much better than I. Are we engaged in things that are important and stopping some of the word games with we don't want to replace China, we want to strengthen our ties? They're really one and the same. But it's okay if that's the messaging you need to use. What matters is the results. So are we engaged in a manner that will actually make a difference, or are we just trying to look good?
You mentioned Prosper Africa, and as we talked about a little bit earlier, there have been over $47 billion worth of deals that have taken place since Prosper started, but also that USAID itself now has a pipeline of about $10 billion in institutional investor deals on the continent. So yes, there's very serious work taking place.
Are you putting together trade missions? Because a lot of times all we talk about is the money and the funding going in, but not the execution of the plan and having us understand what the plan is to achieve the goals. And so that would be helpful to receive as well, actually, what the plan is, besides just appropriating money.
I'm sure we could get you more information, and we can ask the prosecutor.
Okay, and I've limited time, but on the Tigray issue as well, I'd love to hear. Very complicated, I understand, but what's actually being done on the ground, perhaps in detail, specifically. But again, you know, you got serious jobs, and I thank you for your work, and I yield back, Madam Chair.